Excuse me, do you know why we pulled you over today? Exactly, it's because you're not subscribed. So you better fix that right now, or we're gonna have to take you in. We have one last article that we have to go through, and then I have to bail out, ladies and gentlemen. I am terribly sorry, but not to be any concern. No, do not have any concern. I will be back. Don't worry about it. Anyways, the 11-inch iPad Pro no longer expected to gain mini-LED display in 2022. Fine by me, but maybe there's more. So Sammy from Mac Rumors has written an entire article for us, and Sharon is going to walk us through it. Sharon, take the stage.
11-inch iPad Pro no longer expected to gain mini-LED display in 2022. The updated 11-inch iPad Pro expected to launch sometime this year can no longer be expected to feature a mini-LED display like its larger 12.9-inch sibling, display analyst Ross Young said today on Twitter. Earlier rumors indicated that after keeping mini-LED exclusive to just the 12.9-inch iPad Pro in 2021, Apple would expand the newer display technology to the smaller 11-inch form factor. Young, in a tweet, says that's no longer expected this year, noting the 12.9-inch iPad Pro is doing really well and that Apple doesn't need to bring mini-LED to the smaller form factor.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's doing really well. I think it just has to do with the technology being quite expensive and now hard to get, right? Especially like the controllers for the display. I don't know. I think that's probably the bigger factor. They have to keep mini-LED to a minimum right now, especially with what's going on in the world, right? I mean, problems all over the place. We're not going to get into it, but it's pretty logical. But yeah, I'm sure it does well on the other iPad. I have the one with the mini-LED, and it does well. I mean, it's fine. But yeah, I can understand that they're probably limiting it right now.
Young. If the 11-inch iPad Pro were to gain a mini-LED display, it would bring both iPad Pro sizes to more parity, potentially decreasing the appeal of the significantly larger 12.9-inch iPad Pro. Both iPad sizes share the same M1 Apple Silicon chip, camera, and design, with the display technology and battery capacities being the only differences. Apple is planning to update the iPad Pro sometime this year, and rumors are slightly muddled on what exactly to expect. Rumors indicate the iPad Pro will support reverse wireless charging for devices such as the iPhone, Apple Watch, and AirPods. But subsequent reports have shed light on issues Apple is facing with developing such a feature.
Yeah, probably, right? Because like this is stuff that every time you do new technologies and you're like, I don't know, Oppo or like a company that makes a decent amount of these devices, but still, like, you have to look at it on scale, right? Apple's scale of making these devices, manufacturing these devices, is millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of these devices in the first week. You have to have them ready in the first week, and then throughout the year you're still manufacturing millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions, probably every single month. So like it's mental. Like, you're not just looking at like every single phone manufacturer who just happens to have a new feature and, oh, look at this, look at how long they already have this. That's fine, but you have to find a way to manufacture these features for so many devices, and like this is like something that continuously has to be in the next iPhone as well. So it's hard. This is hard, and probably like the same for the iPad. Although the iPad is a little bit less popular than the iPhone, still the skill that Apple is working with is huge, and you need to be ready to take that with any new feature that you put into that device. So I don't think it's something that people are mostly going to do. How do you say? I don't think people are Apple is just going to do something innovative and risky, like stuff like this, like reverse wireless charging, without being absolutely certain that it is going to be something that they can support throughout the entire lineup. Now, we do know that some of these devices already have it, but it's only enabled for example, the what do you call that thing? The smart battery charging thing, that little thing that you can take with you, and I'm not sure what it's called anymore. It's just I'm blacking out here, but still, like, the feature is there. Probably, maybe at WWDC they're going to do something software-wise with it. I'm not sure. But on some devices it's already there. But to do that on the iPad Pro, again, you have to imagine that these devices are being manufactured at an insane scale. You have to be on top of it. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Or that's all I got to say about it as well. So anyways, let's keep it pumping. Hopefully not OLED. I mean, yeah. As a next step. Yeah, no, I don't think they're going to do OLED anytime soon. They're probably waiting for some new technology, maybe even micro LED, or maybe some version of OLED that's a little bit better, right? Because OLED is fine, but yeah, it's just, yeah. Anyways, Sharon, go.
Rumors indicate the iPad Pro will support reverse wireless. Apple initially wanted to develop a glass back on the iPad Pro, but it may instead opt for a large glass Apple logo instead for the wireless charging. Regarding performance, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman has said the new iPad Pros running iPadOS will likely feature the M2 Apple Silicon chip, which is even more powerful than the current M1 chip in the iPad Pro and the new 5th generation iPad Air. Related roundup.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, obviously, like, the M2 is likely going to feature an even more is likely going to be even more powerful than the M1. Like, duh. And it will probably come to the iPad Pro, and eventually it will come to the iPad Air as well. So yeah, I wouldn't be too like mysterious about that. I would say that yeah, they could do wireless charging in the Apple logo if they make it glass. Reverse wireless charging is the exact same thing, but like, yeah, I mean, to engineer devices, or to engineer how do you say that? To engineer machines that are going to engineer that, that are going to make that, build it, melt it together. Like, this is a process that is insanely big. It's huge, and especially for, again, the volume that you need these devices in, it's absolutely insane. I think that it's just like something that people have to keep in mind, because some people say, like, oh, this could have been a feature, like, from the get-go. Yeah, it could have been, but, like, obviously the testing, the engineering, the research, the development, the manufacturing, the components, the supply chain, everything has to be thought out in a way that it actually makes sense to do it for such a global, insane scale that the iPad has to be produced in. And if it doesn't, then it probably will have to be pushed back to another year. So maybe we will get it. It would be insane to get it. But I can wait. Like, reverse wireless charging is not something that I'm too excited of. Like, maybe for my AirPods, right? It's fine. But when I really charge an like iPad Mini on like an iPad Pro, or a phone on an iPad Pro, yeah, if I'm desperate. But I could also just use a cable and charge it that way. It's not something that I would want to go Apple out of their way on to get that done. I really want them to focus on the software on the iPad. We need some more professional apps on the iPad Pro. I think that would be a way bigger priority than anything like this. Obviously, these are two separate teams, but still, I would like them to focus on that more. OLED can be good. Look at iPhone. Yeah, it's decent. It's fine. Like, OLED is fine. It's just like, especially if you do professional work on it, I feel like LED is just a little bit more, or what is it? Is it LCD? I'm not sure. But like the technology, like miniLED, is just a little bit more color accurate usually than OLED is. Anyways, I just don't like the bigger screens, to be honest. It usually sucks. Yeah, the bigger OLED screens usually have a very dimmer display, for example. Like, If you look at LG OLEDs, especially like the normal priced ones, they're pretty dim actually. They're like a projector, like it's not something that you can. Yeah, it's not as bright. So yeah, I can understand that. Obviously, like the more expensive OLED displays have less issues with that. But yeah, anyways, yeah, true, yeah. Anyways, I feel like that was it.